come up with a new technique for refurbishing the barrels. What they do is they take the head off of the barrel, and then using dry ice under extremely high pressure, they go in and clean the entire inside out, then put the head back on, and the barrel is just like brand new.
Okay.
But
it takes them 2 minutes to do a barrel.
Really?
I mean, it's, they said they
and the interesting thing about it
they go right through the barrel.
Is that, you know, or the good part of it is that barrels cost about $1,200 a piece nowadays. So it was a lot of expense just putting it into wood. But we've used this technique now for a few years and it's working well.
Yeah.
So come on in and have a seat.
It's 60 degrees in here all year round. Summer, winter, door open, door closed, it doesn't matter. Wow. This is the winery right here.
Yeah. And what you do is you watch the legs want to step into the drains. But yeah, this is the winery. You have 6 1,000-gallon tanks. Each tank will hold about 4 tons of grapes, and 4 tons of grapes will give you 600 gallons of wine.
Wow.
So that's the whole of it. It doesn't. So it's any other winery is going to be the same. They may just have bigger tanks or more of them, and that sort of thing. But the thing that we have that's unusual is that we have a tank for every lot of wine we're going to make. So where there's no pressure on us as to when we're going to have get wine into it and get it out of there and get some more into the tank. Mm-hmm. So we just have a tank for every lot. So it was really something because he had learned about wines because he trained in San Francisco, where one of his professors was into wine and got him interested in wines. And so we went to his house for dinner one night, and we had 9 wines in the course of the evening. I mean, it was unbelievable. So anyway,
But Gus got hooked, and I had the biggest, I still swear, the biggest hangover I've ever had in my life.
You may not want that on YouTube.
But anyway,
fortunately, we had one good wine shop.
One fine wine shop
in
Riverside, Southern California. So you could go down there and talk with the guy about wines and such. And he always had plenty of time to talk because they never had any customers, you know. Back in those days, there were very few people that drank wine. And we drank French and German and Italian wines. We didn't drink California wines. California wines came in a gallon jug.
Really?
They weren't that good.
They weren't too fast coming back after Prohibition.
Yeah. But anyway, we really got interested in wines, and then eventually started being a home winemaker, and then finally decided I wanted to be involved in the wine business. So I decided I was going to go to the University of California in Davis because I wanted to know how to grow grapes. That's the secret to the whole thing. You can make a great bottle of wine out of great grapes, and you can make a bad bottle of wine out of great grapes. But there's no way you're ever going to make a good bottle of wine out of poor grapes. So the secret is just how to grow the best of grapes. And that's what we did.
Well, he was 51 years old when he went back to school.
Yeah.
He gave up his dental practice.
Went back to the University of
California. Well, and then he wanted to go. Was that 1975?
Yeah.
And we had 3 kids in private college. And I didn't have to tell them, you know, anything. We finally figured it out. We hardly had 2 nickels to rub together in those days. So he waited until our youngest son was a senior in college.
And then
he went back to school.
I took off the year and went to the University of California. And we started looking for vineyard land. I went back to practicing after that period of time because I had to find some way to feed this beast because we had just bare land. We had to develop vineyards. And we looked all over the state of California. Finally just decided if you're going to be in the wine business, you go where the action is, and that's the Napa Valley. So we just did that, and it's found this piece of property.
Which was not for sale.
Yeah, that was the interesting part of it. It wasn't at all for sale, and so we just went down to the county and looked up the name of the owner and called him up and started negotiating with him. And finally, after 15 months, he sold us 40 acres out of 100 that he had.
Well, and remember, he was a realtor, and those are the days of Jimmy Carter. Interest rates were 18, 20%. He was losing his shirt. He had 5 offices. I think he closed 3 or 4 of them.
And he needed the money, so fortunately we were just here at the right time.
So he sold us, he had 100 acres here and he sold us 40.
We just cut off the best 40 for vineyard plant, and we ended up with that. And we have 26 acres of grapes, and the balance of it is the vineyard, the winery down below. This cave was put in by the man who did the bark tunnel under San Francisco Bay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He
was using coal mining.
He just, after he finished that bark, he came up here and did this tunnel for us, started doing wineries caves for a lot of wineries. And this was the 9th cave that had ever been put into the Napa Valley, going all the way back to the mid-1800s.
Really?
But now there's probably over 100. Because people figured out that, hey, that's a good place to make wine, or to store wine. That's what they're primarily. Yeah, and it's for us. This is a perfect spot for making wine because temperature is even 60 degrees all year round, and the only thing we have to pay for is a little bit of lighting. There's no air conditioning or nothing. So it has worked extremely well. So anyway, we'll try another wine, which is our proprietary blend called Latitude 38. And Latitude 38 is it consists of about usually 53 to 58% Cabernet Sauvignon, and then it's high percentage, 30% or so of Merlot, and then the balance is the Cabernet Franc. And it's really good. But it's called Latitude 38 because I always tell people that great wines have a sense of place. It's where the grapes grow. So what we do is you find a great piece of property that will do that. And this place has turned out to be spectacular as far as growing grapes. And we had to talk our way into buying it.
So where do you get the grape plants?
They're bought from nurseries. And you buy thousands and thousands of vines. We have, in our vineyards here, we have a density where we have as much as 2,400 vines to the acre.
Wow.
But that's not how we started out.
We started out with about 660, and then we've increased the density of it over the years and made so now.
So it was showing that that was the best way to grow, is to have more grapes on the vine.
Okay, let's try the Latitude 38.
I got some sediment here.
Did you get some of the sediment? Here, let me give you just a little bit of this and just swish it around and dump it out. What that shows you is that we don't filter our wines.
Because it takes something out of it.
Takes some of the flavor away.